at that age, and they will be able to stimulate her. They'll be able to attract her because she will see the ambition and she will see the potential. That is definitely something that can happen, but men need to start focusing in on those characteristics rather than just abandoning dating altogether and thinking I'm just going to use the characteristics to get to age 30 and then find my special someone.
You said that you had something in response to Kiko, the male version, was it?
Yeah, and the conversation steered a little bit differently, so now it's not quite the direct comparison, but I do think this is an important thing to bring up. I think there's a very, very like direct parallel that you can draw between women's obsession with social media and men's obsession with porn. I think that when you really break it down, the currencies, you hear this all the time. The currency for women is attention, the currency for men is sex, right? And if you wanted to just put it into a very, very simple parallel, if a man was like watching a lot of porn when he was single because he just wasn't getting laid all that often, he needed to like get off, satisfy himself, and then he got together with you and he was just like, yeah, I'm just going to keep watching a lot of porn, I'm going to keep just like doing that, you would probably find that to be weird.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not trying to be argumentative sake, but my response to that would be I would never date a man who consumes a lot of porn to begin with, so I wouldn't have that problem.
Okay, but why are men consuming porn? It's because they're not getting laid. So when he starts getting laid, first of all, he's probably going to think to himself, I don't need porn as much because now I can get off having sex or through some other form of intercourse. And he's going to think to himself, I should probably just stop doing this for my partner. I should start acting like a man who's in a relationship and not, going to wherever I go to like open up my laptop and just pleasure myself. Like,
I mean, I've literally, out of my long-term relationships, I know when they say that they're not lying, they don't watch porn. They were never porn consumers to begin with. I'm not really usually attracted to men who do. I'm not saying I am saying it could be a bad thing to overconsume, but it is a problem with men, the overconsumption of porn, but there's not all men, obviously, that overconsume porn. But if I did have that issue, I do see your overarching point. That's kind of like what my response is. Like, I feel like you could just not have to worry about this if you just don't date someone who's doing that.
So do you think that, like, porn in general for men, who determines the value of porn? Like, who? The consumer, right? Right. So I'm just confused on what you're saying. So you're saying that, like, can you elaborate on what you're saying? 'Cause I'm a little confused.
What I'm saying is men go to porn to satisfy their like innate mating need.
Their lack of sex.
Their lack of sex, their sexual desire. Women go to social media to get the attention from men. It's like the very, very
basic. It's like a cycle that feeds itself.
Yes, women are seeking attention so that they then have an opportunity with the man who they're trying to get the attention from. Men are looking for sex.
But what would you say about the women that have like OnlyFans or Pornhub or something like that like all of in the comments basically just a bunch of quote unquote simps? Like, those aren't high value men that like women actually want. Those are men that like they would want to take advantage of and take money from.
Wait, what?
I'm going to stomp that out right there.
Okay.
Because
Stomp
I
it
do
out.
OnlyFans, and I'm going to tell you right now that I have simps that you guys would quote unquote call them simps, but I like them. I have genuine
because they're paying you.
No, I have relationships with most of these guys before they even pay me.
Define relationships.
You know what I mean? Like friendships. You know
And
what I
then
mean? Like, I know these people.
They're not friends if they want to see you naked.
No.
They desire you. They desire you from afar.
You find that hard to believe, truly?
That they're not friends with me just because they
that
want to see me
statement's not
naked?
necessarily true,
Like,
because
really strange.
as a woman, you probably had multiple friends that are men, and
that definitely want to see your naked.
That would definitely want to see you naked, but I would still consider them a friend, even if that was their.
I mean, I think that's crazy to say just because somebody wants to see me naked.
No, but by definition, you're not friends.
If you're an attractive girl.
If I had a male friend that subscribed, if I made an OnlyFans, which I never would, I would never consider him a friend.
I'm not saying that, but your statement was he's not your friend if he wants to see you naked. But I'm saying if you're an attractive woman that has male friends, there's a good chance that even if you're still your true friend, they wanted to see you naked.
But we're not talking about-
I agree with
and
that
the-
statement, but we're talking about
Yeah.
somebody in the event that they have a paid platform where they can
Yes.
literally subscribe and pay to see you naked. I would never, ever, ever, if in some random world I had that sort of platform, I would never be friends with somebody that would subscribe to something like that.
I'm
They
not-
do
I'm
not
just
value
saying-
your friendship.
No.
I'm just saying.
I
the
think you're
comment
completely
she made.
wrong,
I
but
wasn't
okay.
talking about the overall thing.
No.
I think you're just like a
are they
fantasy from afar.
friends if they're asking, they're paying
No.
you $10
You gotta,
for
you
like
have
a
to
pissing
realize that
video
a
or
lot of
some
these
shit?
people, like I come from a small area, okay?
They could
so a lot
subscribe to
of these
anybody else on
people-
OnlyFans.
I guess they could, right? But I guess they're putting money in my pocket instead, right?
Well, a lot of the appeal of OnlyFans too is like why these women do so well their first month and then like don't do well anymore is
That's
because a
not
lot of men who've known them their whole life wanted to subscribe in the beginning just to see like this girl they've known their whole life. They have a chance to see them naked. It does happen a lot.
Yes.
Doesn't that just prove her point?
Yeah, that it's not friendship.
That it's not friendship.
Definitionally, that's not
This is
friendship.
you want to talk about nice guy.
No, I'm
That is
saying-
the longest nice guy comment.
Yes.
Okay,
So
Yes.
like,
in history.
anybody
Yes.
that wants to see me
Yes.
naked is not allowed
I'm
to be my
literally just
friend?
pointing out her like individual
No, it's not
statements
about not
that
want-
she's
no, it's not
saying,
about-
not
It's
the
about the
overall
action.
thing of what she's talking about. It's just how statements can get construed. Is what I'm saying.
No, it's not about whether or not he's allowed to be your friend. Like, you can, I'll say it, like, you can think that he's your friend and he will treat you with respect. He'll be nice to you. He'll be kind to you. He'll do things for you. He might even, like, confide in you, allow you to confide in him. But the moment that you were like, I want something more, let's have sex. You
Done.
have sex with your friends?
I have.
Then they're not friends. Friendship
That
is
is an
platonic.
I consider
intimate,
friends with
romantic-
benefits okay though. So you guys probably don't see things on that same level. You're probably not in the same views as I have. So
Okay. So, like, let's just say that you were like dating, like you are dating a guy right now, right? Like
Yes.
you're dating a guy right now. If you had these like male friendships with guys who like subscribe to you, like actually intimately desire you, they're admitting that, like.
And they're able to see you naked.
Right.
How does he feel knowing that there are like other men that you would consider to be like close, intimate relationships?
he's on
What-
it also. He's on my OnlyFans with me.
Well, oh. Okay.
What?
My partner's on my OnlyFans with me.
He makes content with her.
He is also a sex worker.
Wow, this is like the most full circle.
No, it makes sense. Okay, all right.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like.
Good times.
And that's like the whole point when it brings up like
So you're
find someone who's for you, who's
Yeah,
like you
I
meet
mean-
someone with the same values as you, same things you're comfortable with.
running
That's
the
the whole
same
thing.
thing.
That was not the point of the
Yeah.
conversation, though. The point of the conversation was whether the men on your OnlyFans can be your friends or not. And friendship is platonic by definition. Therefore, they cannot be your friends because you're an object of desire and sexual affection. That's just how it works.
I find that hard to believe, but
Well,
agree to
it's the
disagree.
truth.
Agree to disagree. I think you're wrong. You think I'm wrong. So agree to disagree.
I think they can
Are
value
they-
you, but
when you
only
say
to a
friends,
certain
are they, like,
extent.
are they in person? Like, do you know these guys in person or?
Some of them, yes.
Do the guys in
Okay.
person that are your friends pay you for nudes?
Sometimes, yes.
No comment.